Flashes in my eyes because it's still dark. 5 if you count my own. No flavor in this chicken. Oh! Okay. Alright, let's start from the top. Alright, it's Sunday morning, 5 a.m. I've been up since 4. We're heading to basically Idaho Falls, which should be about an 8-hour drive according to Google, which means more like 9.5. And then we have obviously our mandatory stops on the way, but I think it looks like we're driving through Grand Teton National Park. So I'm gonna stop there and or go through it or do something. All right. Flashes in my eyes because it's still dark, and let's hit the road. Beans and I are at Grand Teton National Park. I was getting confused with some other national park. I need to revisit the trip that I took as a kid. But I mean, it's cool to have my expectations blown away. I don't really remember all this, but I'm assuming we drove through it at one point because Yellowstone is half an hour away from here, I think. And so we definitely came through here, but yeah, it's spectacular. All right, we're at Walmart, Idaho Falls. Well, we're here and set up at Aspen Grove Inn, I think is what it's called. I don't know. I travel too much. It's too much to remember. Anyway, I backed into my site, and then the campground host came over and was like, "Is this site okay? Do you want to move?" And I was like, "No, I mean, it's a little tight." And she was like, "Oh, well, we can move you to a pull-in site." So I moved. It's cool. The weather here is beautiful, and then right in front of me is a set of mountains that I'm going to have to climb at some point. So I don't know if it's just because I spent the past 10 days showering in the RV or what it is, but I just had one of the best showers I've had since setting out on this journey. It was a nice, homey feeling environment, and can't wait to show you guys tomorrow. It's pretty cool. Yeah, let's check out these bathrooms. So there's a sink, hand dryer, changing table, and a toilet. But the whole area just seems very homey on the other side is the shower area. With a toilet and a shower, and it even has a little bath mat. And the shower is really nice and big and open, and the bath mat kind of just makes it feel really homey. Actually, everything does in here. It's not like industrial like most bathrooms usually are at campgrounds, so pretty nice. I like it. All right, so part of my updated system for improving my video quality apparently just arrived, so I'm going to see if I can't find it. They left it somewhere, I don't know. I saw a red car and a yellow building, so let's see. There's a red car, there's a yellow building. All right, looks like they're here. So this campground is pretty nice. However, there are a few things that aren't really jiving with me. One being this massive list of rules that I was handed as soon as I got here, of which I don't really know how to make sense of this. So you have to pay $30 apparently to dump your tanks, but you can only dump your black tank. That makes no sense. Maybe they've had lots of bad tenants or lots of bad people come through here, so they have to have all these rules, and it's pretty interesting. It's a cool spot. The mountains right beside us are spectacular. I can't wait to hike them tomorrow. I ran along the base of them this morning, found a few trails, saw a few trails on Google Maps that I am really looking forward to hiking. So, catch you when we do that. Well, I'm okay. Banged up my elbow pretty good. That's all blood. I have a cut on my ankle as well. I dislocated my shoulder, and then started blacking out, which was pretty scary. I thought I was going to be like passed out up here, no way to get a hold of anyone, and no one knows I'm gone, so kind of scary. I'm just going to take a little break and reassess, I suppose. Glad I'm okay. I don't know how bad this elbow is going to be though. Let's see how bad. Oh God, my shoulder hurts. Oh, ow. And I just ripped my... Oh, actually, it's not too bad, but it's bleeding again. All right. Some bandages. Oh, drop of blood going in the toilet. Get a paper towel, I guess. Yeah, that kind of hurt. All right, let's get cooking dinner. They have this little grilling area that I had asked if I could use for an hour or so, just to use one of the grills. And they said I could, however, I'd have to rent propane, which is $25. And I don't know that that's all that worth it, just to cook like chicken and potatoes. So I guess I'll just cook it in the RV. Tonight I'm making roasted curry chicken with potatoes. Seeing that we're in Idaho, I figured we need to make a potato dish. Unfortunately, these do not say that they're from Idaho. They say product of United States, so I'm assuming they're from Idaho. I bought them in Idaho. So I'm going to start by marinating our chicken in some coconut milk and some green curry paste. Get this coconut milk into here. Alright, take some of this curry paste. I probably should measure this curry paste out, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. Let's see how green this makes it. Alright, that marinade's gonna be pretty good. So let's open up this chicken. And I'm using bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. And I'm probably not gonna worry about trimming them. Just because a little extra skin or fat doesn't really bother me for this application. And I do want to make sure that they're separated. And it looks like I have 3 big thighs here. 5 if you count my own. And I'm gonna throw some of this in there. Mess. Massage that around. Alright, now I'll throw our marinated chicken into the fridge. So, I'm going to start making dinner. Well, I'm going to continue making dinner. And to start, I'm going to light the oven. If there wasn't a dog in my way. 375. Alright, well, oven's preheating to 375. I'll wash these taters. I cut these potatoes in half. You know what? Quarters. And really, guys, this is kind of just practice for me to get used to this new camera that I got, which, by the way, it's an Insta360 X5. And I hope you guys like the footage that I get from it. So far, it's pretty dang cool. Alright, then I'm going to throw in some of this marinade. Alright, throw this into the oven. Potatoes out. Now that they've had a little bit of a head start. Now throw the chicken on. Alright, so it's back in the oven. I'm actually going to turn my oven up to 400 degrees now. This is the roasted curried chicken and potatoes that I made yesterday. All right, let's try a potato. Perfectly cooked. That curry. And really the whole point of this was to test out my new camera. You know, I was using 2 different cameras at the same time. So that was all new for me. So I don't know how much of the cooking is actually going to go in. It looks like the footage is not that great, but we'll see. Anyway, let's try a piece of chicken. Piece of chicken to try. Okay, I marinated it for almost 4 hours, I think. There is no flavor. No flavor in this chicken. The skin has a slight taste of coconut milk. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna eat it. So there's the moon and Venus right above it. So cool. No, please, we're not going in the water. So, it's Saturday afternoon. You know what that means. It's time to explore. There's a trail down Snake River Road that I want to check out. Hopefully I won't get hurt getting there or hiking it. So, stay tuned. So I'm walking this little trail that parallels the Snake River, but the actual trail is up there. And it seems like there's a lot of people on it. There's a lot of people in the parking lot. We'll hike it probably at some point. Alright, that's enough fun for one episode. Subscribe so you can see where adventure takes us next. But until then, stay excellent. Hi. Oh, you see the dog? Oh, yeah.